MySpace here with my friend Zach. We're going to be talking about the latest
dirt.
Yes, we're going to be discussing the latest dirt with Justin Bieber because Justin Bieber just so happens to like to get into trouble, and he's been doing that. He's been stirring up a lot of attention this year because I guess maybe he just wants to. So me and Zach are going to be talking about the latest incident, which is apparently his bodyguards got into brawls and fights with people in a club, and one guy ended up filing a report to the local police department or local sheriff's office about the incident. So Zach, you wanted to give your take in on it?
Well, I read the articles, which weren't very detailed. I mean, they pretty much gave a brief summary, but according to what it said, yeah, like you said, his bodyguards caused some trouble. I personally don't think he needs to suffer for that. I mean, unless he ordered them to do so or encouraged that.
Right, exactly. I just find it interesting. I guess, I mean, I don't know how it works if, like, because, you know, me and Zach, we don't have bodyguards, so we didn't really know how that works out. But apparently, I guess maybe, like, if you hire bodyguards, you're responsible for them somehow. I don't really know how. I'm just making assumptions because otherwise, why would they even bother indirectly charging Justin Bieber for this if you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's actually kind of ironic considering, they're technically responsible for him, for his safety.
Right, exactly. It's just, ironic that way. So yeah, apparently he might possibly be banned for this. And he's been he's been stirring up a lot of attention. I like to call it attention instead of instead of like issues or dirt or any kind of like, I like to say attention because that's what I feel like he's just doing here. I feel like the purpose of all the stuff that he's recently been doing is to, for the most part, try to get attention to himself because I think maybe he realizes that most people aren't going to take his music seriously, so he's resorting to this kind of stuff. What do you think, Zach?
Well, he really did kind of. I noticed he changed in his style. He used to go from this very preteen looking. I mean, I know he's actually our age, but yeah, he went from this very young, innocent looking, bowl cut suburban boy to some. I wouldn't call him ghetto, but he's kind of wiggerish.
Wiggerish, yeah.
I mean, I call him as I see him. I mean, all the shoes, some of the lyrics, or some like the way he enunciates,
Yeah, it is kind of odd and
maybe
weird.
he is trying to go for more of the bad boy look.
And I think, this is, the acts that he tries to do, acts like a tough guy. This is just his way of trying to garner attention. Because, like, there was a paparazzi issue in London where he was trying to act all, badass and trying to get up the paparazzi going, "What the fuck did you say to me? What did you say to me? I'd kick your ass," or some shit like that. Even though his ass would probably be beaten to a bloody pulp. But, then there was the issue of the Swedish police finding weed on his tour bus, and also in Canada the same issue happened. But I guess Bieber knew to stay off the bus because he was not on the bus in both incidences, which is ironic how you're not on your own tour bus.
Right.
Yeah. And there was the bullshit he did with Anne Frank. Oh my god, I can't believe he did that. I mean, really self-centered of him to do that, but still, I mean. And then this is just maybe he just did that for attention too, and this is just the latest incident of what's going on,
Could also just legitimately be stupid.
Just for the purpose of being stupid?
No. I mean, like, he could actually just be stupid and not realize that in doing a lot of the stuff he's been doing, he's kind of making himself look like an idiot. He asked, I think he was on David Letterman or something, and he asked who's, or where's India or something like that.
Oh, yeah, the continent thing and stuff like that, yeah.
He asked something like that, and I don't know if that was an internet hoax or if that was legit. But
I actually did see a video like that. It was, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I might if I can find the video, I'll put the link in the description section. He was on David Letterman, and I think I recall him saying something about Canada and the United States, or something about Canada being a continent, or it was something like that. It was something. Basically, he couldn't get his basic geography right.
No, it might have been Australia. But anyway, yeah. Like I said, that's leading me to believe maybe he's just plain stupid.
And he just doesn't care, maybe, yeah.
That too, yeah.
I mean, he pissed in a mop bucket, too, which was pretty, I think rude. I think it was just rude and disrespectful, and he just didn't care, you know? He was just like, whatever. And then he says, fuck Bill Clinton by apparently spraying some cleaning supplies on it. And I don't know, it's just, maybe he is stupid, maybe he's just trying to get attention, maybe it's just a combination of both. Maybe he wants to have that bad boy, badass image, even though I don't know why you would even go for that in the first place. I think it kind of just makes you look worse you're trying to go for. This isn't the first time he's also got in trouble in the law. Some of you may have forgotten, but in L.A. he was once speeding, and he got off on that. He was directly involved in that, and there's been incidences apparently where he's gotten into fights with his neighbor. That was also directly involved. But I find it kind of interesting how he's being charged here, and he's indirectly involved. With
the whole bodyguard issue.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like... I'm sorry, go on.
Well, I was going to say, like I said, the fact that he himself, according to the articles, didn't really do anything,
So, I feel like a lot of people really seem to want him to become guilty, and, I just don't see that happening, to be honest. Because, for two reasons, my personal reasons are, one, he was indirectly involved, so I feel like that's just going to make him less a part of it.
Yeah.
Unless he somehow is... again, I don't even know how the whole bodyguard situation works, and ironically, apparently it just turns out that he's somewhat responsible for the actions of his bodyguards, apparently. I don't know. But again, he's indirectly involved, so I think it's less of a chance of being found guilty of anything. And again, the other part I think it is he has money. He's a celebrity. And a lot of celebrities seem to be able to get off the hook these days because of their money and their fame and stuff like that. That's why he didn't get in trouble when he was in L.A. speeding, and that's why when he was pissing in a mop bucket, nobody did anything. Because if Bieber was just some wannabe badass punk guy, the way he's acting right now, but if he didn't have the money or the fame, I think he would be getting getting a lot more consequences, basically, than he is right now.
Yeah, more money equals, or oftentimes more money equals better lawyers. So.
That's true, yeah. So, I don't really expect him... I really don't expect him to become guilty. In fact, it would actually become a shock to me. A really huge shock. I'd be actually very surprised if he did if they did find him guilty. What do you think, Zach?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I don't support the kid. I hate his music. But yeah, I'm not gonna bash him for that. I'm not gonna side with everybody who wants him guilty because I don't think he's necessarily guilty. If he was indirectly responsible for it, obviously somebody can clear that up.
Right.
Maybe there was a miscommunication or something like that, or maybe because like I said, unless he told his bodyguards, "Hey, you go beat that guy up," he's not guilty.
Right.
So
that's
my
how.
opinion.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's reasonable, and again, some people like to think the justice system is fair, but I feel like that you can get your way out of it if you have enough money. I just feel that way.
I think it's happened before, yeah. I don't fully agree with that, but it probably has happened.
Alright, cool. Well, tell us, folks, in the comment section, what do you think? Do you think he's going to become guilty, not guilty, and why? Thanks again for listening in, and Zach, thanks again for being a part of this podcast.
Yeah, no problem.